I'm currently in the middle of my most effective cut ever. Here are my 5 top tips for shredded abs. Okay, so tip number 1, pick 3 different exercises / movements. We want something for the transverse abdominis, which is a deep-seated muscle which goes across your hips, transversely to your rectus abdominis, which is over top. Speaking of which, we'll pick a lower abs and an upper abs movement. So through the week, we've got 3 different movements, 1 for each, and I like to train each part 1 to 3 times a week, depending on how intensely I'm training. If you're doing the 3 movements in one day, in one session, I like to do the stabilizer first, followed by the lower abs, followed by the upper abs. I've just found that then you more effectively hit each muscle rather than just burning out like the upper abs, which most people don't have a problem with those. It's not such a problem area. For the transverse abdominis, the stabilizer muscle, something like a plank, ab wheel rollouts. In the plank, I'll do 1 to 3 sets. Optimally, once I'm up to fitness, I'll just hold it for like 3 minutes solid, just for 1 set. If you're weak in the plank, maybe do 3 sets of maximum time with a minute in between. Get your recovery. Make sure you have a straight line from shoulder through your hips, through your knees to your ankles, in case you're nice and square on. And have the feeling that you're pulling the belly button in towards the spine. This really activates the TVA, the transverse abdominis. If you're doing rollouts, same script, a straight line from the shoulder through to the knee. Reps, kind of 10 to 20 reps. Again, I'll do about 3 sets on this one, minute off in between times. So for the lower abs next, something like a lying leg raise, a bench tuck, a hanging or a captain's chair knee raise or leg raise, just depending on your level of fitness will depend which you're able to do. Again, I aim for kind of 10 to 20 reps on each of these. 3 sets, minute off in between. If you're doing the hanging or the captain's chair leg raise or knee raise, make sure you curl your pelvis underneath, so you're not just lifting your knee or your leg up and just firing your hip flexor. You actually want to be engaged in your lower abs, as I say, by sort of curling your butt upwards from the bottom there. Okay, and lastly with the upper abs, so something like a floor crunch, an incline crunch. You can do like a cable crunch or machine crunch depending on your level of experience, strength, you know, depending on what you got at the gym. Again, 10-20 reps, minute off in between, you know, and just be progressive with it. Week by week, you're just trying to get that little bit stronger, and they will come. Tip number 2 in your crunching movements is to breathe out and actually to really flex the spine. So a lot of the time when we're lifting, like deadlifts, things like that, we want a hip hinge. Well, actually here we don't want a hip hinge, we actually want to flex the spine. We want to make a real C shape. So as you're crunching, your head's coming up, your shoulders, your upper back, your mid back, your lower back. So you're engaging your abs the whole way through and you're really feeling the tension, really contracting the abdominals. So one really important thing here that a lot of people miss is to breathe out fully. If you've got lungs full of air, your movement will be impinged. You won't be able to fully flex because it'll all be in the way, kind of thing. So really breathe out, really make that C shape, contract your abs hard. Okay, so tip number 3, nutrition. Whole foods, plant-based diet, the very easiest way to drop fat that you ever did see. I've done it always, and I'm telling you from experience, honestly, this works and is so much more effective. The reason being, fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, they're 90% water and fiber. 90% of that plate is 0 calories. So can you see, before I used to eat a lot of chicken breasts and tuna, and you get a small amount of food, you know, an hour later you're hungry again. This is so easy, and we think we need to eat ultra high protein and low carbs, but no, when we eat ultra high protein and low carbs, we turn a lot of that protein into carbohydrate, gluconeogenesis. But it's expensive, it's taxing on our kidneys, it's damaging our system over time. Like it will go wrong for you over the decades, and there's just no need. So take it from me, I've actually done it, and I'm telling you, it works. Tip number 4, eat your calories. Eat them. If you have juice, plant milks, oil. I mean, oil takes up no space and it's really horrible for our health. So a little nuts and seeds for our fats, and again it fills you up, keeps you fuller for longer. But juices, plant milk, just straight through, like they're in your stomach for like half an hour max, and then it's empty again and you feel like you haven't had anything. So, you know, rather than putting plant milk on your oats, have a bit more oats. Amazing, simple, but it really works. And tip number 5, take your time. All through my life I've been in a rush. Every time I try to get muscular, the weights don't go up as quick as I want, and then I keep throwing more calories at it, end up getting really fat. And then on a cut, I want to be lean yesterday, so I'll just drop so many calories, dropping a couple of pounds of fat a week, and end up skinny. This is the first year really that I've learned my lesson, and I've learned patience, and I'm not in a rush. And you know, my muscles are much fuller than they would normally be by this point. As soon as I eat in a couple more weeks time, I know they're just going to blow up. And you know, I've just learned patience, so I've just been dropping a pound of fat a week. Half a pound to a pound is manageable, and I know when I go onto a bulk next, it's going to be a lean bulk. I'm just not going to be in a rush, and I'm just going to look so much better. Especially young guys, you know, it's an ego thing. You know, we just want to be these big kind of monsters, but we'll be big fat monsters if we're in a rush. And same cutting, we'll get too skinny too quick. You kill your metabolism, you lose a load of muscle mass. Don't be in a rush. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Go vegan for victory.